We are back on day 5 of my streaming journey. Hello, hello. So right now it is almost 2:30 p.m. my time here in Dubai. I do want to see about probably in the future. I'm slowly warming myself up to it, but I'm going to keep seeing if I can start a little bit earlier each time, hopefully, as I fix my sleep schedule. I've had this really bad habit of going to sleep roughly around anywhere from 3 to 5 a.m. So that is something I do need to fix. But welcome. It is the afternoon. My goal is to stream for at least 6 hours. I think I was looking at my prior streams, and it seems like every single time, this was not by design, but every single time I have been streaming a little bit longer each time. And if all goes well, maybe I'll, test my endurance at around like 8 hours or even longer. So real quick, my cat was just making some noise, so let's say hi to Kimpop over here. Oh yeah, you recognize your name. There you are. So Kimpop's been a pretty good boy lately. He used to be a lot more naughty, stealing all the food from his sister and just generally being a little bit of a fat ass, but we're getting better. Nala, for the last few streams, she's constantly been hiding the moment I've been starting this up. So maybe it's just the sound of my voice that she's running away from. But at some point I do want to bring her over and let her say hello. She's a very talkative one. Okay, so anyways, I am back. Since yesterday, we made a few different improvements, I hope, including... I'm testing out the little... Hopefully you guys can see there's a little agenda ticker that's going across the screen. So yeah, I figured as I was doing these streams, it kind of, I'm trying to think more like what would it be like to be someone watching this and trying to make sense out of what the heck is this channel and what do we do here. So I figured if possible, I want to have a little bit of an agenda showcased somewhere so people can follow along with what is it that we're trying to get accomplished in each stream. I mentioned this before, I will constantly repeat myself over and over again, I apologize, but the point of the streams for the next week and a half is to build my next YouTube video. It's going to be focused on Mongolia, my first trip to Mongolia, which is back in February of 2024. Since then, I did go back one more time in November of that same year, but yeah, I want to start cracking along on some of these vlogs. I'm about 10 to 11 trips behind in terms of posting on my social media and YouTube and all of that. So I figured kill two birds. If I'm not traveling, as I'm not currently, and for the rest of the year, I plan not to travel so I can crack through all my content. But if I'm not traveling, if I'm already sitting in front of the computer editing all my videos, why not turn on the live stream and let you guys follow along, see what it is like to be me in my boring day-to-day, which I don't find boring, but it is repetitive and thankfully I have the endurance for it. But yeah, you'll follow along, you'll see how I'm editing all my videos, and based on the agenda, I think the focus, while primarily it's going to be on the Mongolia vlog, I do want to kind of break up the monotony a bit. So we're going to start with doing a quick YouTube short. So we'll work on a quick video where let's look at any of these little fun clips that I've got and see if we can turn it into a spicy little, 15 seconds or whatever duration video that I can actually publish in an ideal world, even publish it by tonight. So I've had a good track record in the past couple days where during the streams we work together on my YouTube shorts, and then by the evening I have been able to post that short onto my YouTube channel. So, and then I post it as a story on my Instagram. So let's see if I'm able to be this productive and if I can maintain this routine, then I should be publishing every single day on my socials and my YouTube, which is part of the goal. I'm trying to be more consistent with sharing a lot of the content. And so yeah, we'll see how far we get. So yeah, we'll start the day by focusing on that. Then once we kind of get through a couple clips, we'll switch gears. I think we got pretty far with the the Mongolia vlog, and a key portion or a key part of that is going to be building out the trailer. So that's what we've been focusing on in the past day and a half, and we got pretty far yesterday. We got a lot more to go, but I also want to maybe take a pause and focus on soundtrack. So we'll spend some time kind of listening to potential music that could work for an opening trailer. Simultaneously, we'll also keep, improving on what could be the potential clips used for an opening trailer for my vlog. And then once we get pretty far in that, we'll hit back up with the normal vlog edits, and then also doing photos. So yesterday, I think we ended the stream by working on a few different photos, which I'm going to switch over to this camera now so you guys can see. So if you recall, we finalized edits on this one. I did do a little bit more editing off stream, just to add a little color to the sky in the background behind Arctic, our amazing eagle hunter who I stayed with during the February Mongolia trip. We worked on a photo of this lovely little horse foal, I believe is what they're called, and obviously caught in the snow. Really cool. But I actually ended up not posting this as part of the thumbnails that we were doing this for. I'll explain that in a bit. This was the other photo that we worked on, but I don't think we actually did. Yeah, okay, we did. So this was the other photo that I ended up highlighting as one of the winners for yesterday's edits. And then this one didn't make the cut, but it was pretty good. Okay, I think it was this one. This is the one we actually chose to actually highlight. And then lastly, this photo of the yak in the blizzard. I figured with these three photos, I can make a nice little thumbnail. If you recall or don't recall, for new viewers and such, I am a very, very small channel here. This is my 5th day of streaming, so I do appreciate everyone watching as I go about the start of my journey here as a live streamer. But yesterday I was mentioning how I was having some fun as I'm learning how to multi-stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And at least with YouTube, I know I can change the thumbnail. And I figured, especially since YouTube is mostly about the VODs and the ability for people to rewatch my live streams or any of my videos at their at their leisure, I figured a way to make each live stream thumbnail look different from the next is if I can actually create custom thumbnails. And as part of that, I figured if we're having a routine of editing new photos each stream, it'd be cool if I can actually put some of those photos on the next day's stream just to change up the thumbnail, but then also show progress that we've made. So what I'm talking about is, let me actually bring it up. Thumbnails, live stream, day 5. Okay, so this is the thumbnail I created for today's stream. So each time, by the way, there's not going to be consistency for the most part. I am just trying to explore and test new things each time. So in this case, you'll see the font and everything is quite different, and we'll see. I kind of liked this version, so I figured let's go with that. But yeah, this is me from today, and these were the 3 photos that we had worked on yesterday that I decided to put as part of the thumbnail for day 5. And for comparison, yesterday we had this one, and these were 3 photos we had worked on, I think the prior day or 2 days prior. And so, hopefully each time we'll see a little bit of progress and more. But then it's just a nice way to kind of break it up a bit and show that we are on a journey here. Every stream has a purpose, which is we are chipping away at creating hopefully what will be an epic long-form YouTube video. So yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know if people will find this very compelling or interesting. This is not your typical live stream, right? I'm not a video gamer necessarily. I love video games, but we're playing on the PC. And then separately, I don't do like politics, or I don't know whether other topics are popular on these live stream channels. I am a photographer. I'm a videographer as of recent. I travel the world, and I try to take people with me on my travels, and then I try to create content. And so if my hypothesis works, where I was like, hey, maybe I can start in this niche, or if there's already an existing one, as we learned yesterday, yeah, I just want to keep sharing this, and anyone who's interested, enjoy. And then let's imagine in the most ideal state, I work with you guys and we get your feedback. You get to see the whole nuts and bolts of how do I make a YouTube video. And let's say the video ends up being epic. It's incredible. It's something that people enjoy watching. hopefully as my channel grows, then people can also see, and I'll point them to it on these live streams. You can actually watch how I made the final product. There's nothing being hidden. You actually get to see how the sausage is made. I need to find a better metaphor or whatever, but yeah, you'll get to see how we created the video that was in its final form, and that hopefully is very engaging and enjoyable to watch. And you'll also see then the behind the scenes of all the other content that I usually make. And then I'll also be sharing how I do it. We'll learn from each other. I'm always happy to share how I edit, how I shoot, how I travel, and anything in between. But I also want to learn from you guys. So yesterday's stream, I discovered, thanks to Sora, Maple Glades, and Philip, who were in the chat, I learned that there is a Twitch community of photographers, and so they invited me to a Discord. Oh, which by the way, I think I should post in there to let them know that I'm streaming. I have to be a better business person here. But yeah, so I'm learning more and more that there are other potential streamers that I should be tapping into as and hopefully I can be a valuable part of their community, and hopefully they'll be a part of mine. So yeah, this is essentially what we're going to be doing. If you'll bear with me, I want to go to that Discord that they invited me to. What was it called? It was called Photo Family, I believe. And then there was a section there for streaming. Look at me. Okay. Let me just put a little message. Hello, fellow streamers and photographers. I'm starting day 5 of my live stream journey. Thanks again for the invite and hope you enjoy the content. Okay. Boom. All right. Hopefully I sent it properly. I didn't do anything I shouldn't, but yeah, there we go. So like I said, we've got our agenda kind of set for today, and we'll see how long we go with each one. And yeah, hopefully there aren't any more technical glitches. I did have quite a number of them yesterday, so it won't be seamless. But yeah, so if you guys can see my screen, quick little that So yeah, that was a fun little clip, posting this onto my YouTube shorts as a story on Instagram. Generally speaking, I'm a little bit pickier when it comes to what I would publish on my Instagram as like a reel or a post. But at least for stories, it's a fun way for me to engage with my followers, and also, yeah, kind of show a little bit of the progress. Now, I haven't, I've kind of delineated a little bit in terms of how I'm letting people know that I'm streaming. I have not as of yet published to my Instagram audience that I'm doing this live stream journey. I don't know if that's a good business decision, but partially it's mainly just because I want to start from scratch and, you know, just see. I'm trying to test out this theory, if it's true or not, that I can actually find an audience on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick who would actually be interested in this type of content. And so it's still, as of yet, to be verified fully. I'm getting a little bit hints here and there, and I've been enjoying doing the streams as well. But I've been getting hints that this is something I should continue doing, and I am excited to do it. But I also didn't necessarily want to lean on my Instagram following or whatever other followers as of yet, until I can test that theory a bit more and see if I can, from scratch. So give it a moment. Let's see. This is another reason why I'm still kind of in. I think I'm having some issues with my connection. So I'm a little bit tempted to try to restart my stream or like my internet connection. I am using a wired connection though. Okay, I think I'm back. I could be mistaken. I'm still so new to this that I actually don't know how I can check for myself in a proper manner without me killing the stream or doing something I shouldn't be. But let's see. Right now I'm just kind of monitoring my restream dashboard to see if it's showing that the stream is back on or not. So let's give it a second here, and let me send a message as well. Sorry guys, having my first internet technical glitch. I think I lost connection. Not sure if it's still streaming or not. Alright, so we're gonna find out if I can make this work. I think it's saying on YouTube it is still streaming, but I'm not seeing anything for day stream. And maybe just even reset my computer. I think I might have to do that. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna